President Trump has wrapped up a big rally in Las Vegas. He wanted to thank voters for flipping Nevada to the GOP for the first time in 20 years. And as News 3's Kristen Drummond tells us, rally to support for no tax on tips.
President Donald Trump speaking with supporters inside Circuit Resort and Casino Saturday in downtown Las Vegas, the first campaign-style rally since his inauguration less than a week ago. The president not only thanking his supporters, but also touting what he's done in office so far and his economic plan to come, including no taxes on tips.
For any other worker who relies on tipped income, your tips will be 100% yours. Won't that be?
Cheers to President Trump's repeated campaign promise, the theme during the Victory Lap event and prominently displayed behind him. The proposal.
Welcome to the DeMarkco effect, where you get the full effect of me. Now, one thing I will say about the no tax on tips thing is, for people that do Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt, any type of gig work, or you work in a restaurant where you get tips. You know, you're a waitress, you're a server, you're a bartender, or just anything, anyone that receives tips. This is huge. The reason why is because when you do the math and you break down some of the people's profits and how much they make, right? Let's say a waitress or somebody that does like independent contractor work, right? A lot of times, more of their money, more than 50% of their money is going to be through tips. Okay? So, if more than 50% of their money is going to be tips, if they're paying taxes on those tips, about maybe 20 to 37% of that they have to give away. Right? And we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars here. We're not talking about $200 or nothing like that. We're talking about thousands and thousands, right? So let's say if they don't have to pay taxes on those tips, that's huge. All they're doing is paying taxes on the income that they got. And some states don't have income tax, which is also huge as well. So this can be a very, very good thing. And this will be a very, very good thing, because also one other thing he's also pushing to do is for there to be no income tax. So you're not going to pay income tax, which would also be another good thing, because it's keeping money in your pocket and it's not taking it out. Because some people still owe at the end of the year anyways, even after the money has been taken out. Okay?
Aims to eliminate the federal income tax on tips. The president not offering a timeline, only saying he wants to work with lawmakers in the coming weeks.
Which will soon put many thousands of dollars back into your pockets and the pockets of American families. As a result of the reforms we've just begun to implement, economic confidence, and it's soaring.
Relief supporters want to see following the price hikes on goods the last few years.
Eggs, they're so high. I mean, in bread and meat.
Gasoline.
Rosanna Mayetta, president and CEO of the American Hotel and Lodging Association, joining the president on stage to support no taxes on tips, highlighting the 2017 tax cuts and.
Now, the smart thing that Donald Trump is doing is actually the smartest way possible. With Donald Trump doing exactly what he's doing business-wise, most people don't realize that when you instead of taking, when you allow people to receive more, or for people to or you give more to people, but in this case you're allowing them to receive what they work for, right? When you allow people to receive more funds, they actually spend more money, right? So instead of that money being taken out and then they still don't have money left over to pay for specific things, they then get that full amount of money, and then they can put that money back into society, which in returns put more money into America. That's the thing that he's doing here, and it's smart and it works. Okay? It's been proven to work. You know, if you give somebody, hey, you know, go ahead and I'll give you blah, 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 they're more willing to spend that money if they know that they're receiving all of it instead of a percentage of it. Okay, that's the smart thing that he's doing here.
Jobs Act signed by Trump during his.
And I'm for it too. I'm all down for no tax on tips. I'm all down for no income tax, because in one of the states that I live in anyways, we have no income tax. And they just passed the law for January of, no, they passed the law January of 2023, and the law went into effect January 1st of 2025, which means no income tax where I live at, which is awesome.
First presidency, and now has expiring provisions Republicans in Congress are negotiating to extend.
The no tax on tips builds on that momentum, and so we are so excited to support you in that effort.
Trump also addressing supporters impacted by inflation.
We're going to end economic suffering and stagnation and disaster.
No date on when Americans can expect that shift, despite sweeping action his first week in office with other campaign promises, from pardoning January 6th defendants to declaring a national emergency at the southern border to stop illegal immigration. But supporters remain optimistic about Mr. Trump delivering on these economic promises.
It's a snowball starting to roll. But I'll tell you what, once that starts rolling, it's going to roll like a juggernaut.
President Trump's supporters tell me that they expect to see more cash in their pockets and are willing to give the president time, since he is only less than a week into his second presidency.
Yeah, and it's hard not to be that way with him right now, because you realize that he has been delivering on the things that he's been saying. So you have to give somebody time. This man has done more in a week than our last presidency has done in 4 years. Let that sink in. More in a week than they've done in 4 years. They've done a lot of bad, so they've done a lot. But they haven't done a lot of good. They've done a lot of bad in the last 4 years. They made our people weaker, which is something that if you walk into the world, you talk to people, you deal with people, you will understand that people are definitely much more fragile now, and they're much more weaker now. We want strong people in our country, not weak people. Make sure to leave a like for the algorithm. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you are subscribed, press the notification bell. If you're not subscribed, watch a couple of more of the videos. If you like the videos, make sure you subscribe after that. Okay? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good evening, good day, good night, wherever y'all at. But like I said, we want strong people, not weak people in our country.